It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
Cut! Like 20, 2 for 1, 2 for 1.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Maverick. Hey, Charlie.
Check. Walk 54. Walk 54.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what's going on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
20.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Kill.
From the 50, it's gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second down, it's Henderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Zerline's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
You gonna take it. You gonna take it.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Like 41.
21.
Coming this way. Here we go. 41's the mark.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Garoppolo finding Goodwin. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
On first down, it's Gurley. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury.
Yeah, baby.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Switch it, Clint, switch it.
17.
From the gun, here's Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Watch the run.
down. Here's Henderson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Well, this one's knuckling, and it just does get over the crossbar. He didn't get much of it, but he got it to go. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
59's Mark, 59's Mark.
Greystone, travel. Hey, come on.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. They felt they didn't have time, or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, here's Breida. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Hey, check Mike 50.
Buzz.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 44-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Rams' 36-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Turn it up. Kill.
Stay hot.
Shit.
21.
Shit.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Alpha.
Back to throw, Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
No. Hey, gun.
I got motion.
Hey, alert.
41's got
Hot.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. 41.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
41's the hot. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Check 3.
65. Hey, seam 6.
41. We've got to wedge that out.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Check nickel.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Hey, kill.
Here we go.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now Gurley staying down. Well, let's hope he's all right. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Pilot, 64, weak.
On 2nd down now, it's Henderson. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Hold on.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Darrell Henderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Here we go, here we go.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike's 50. Yeah. You don't want none. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Garoppolo on first down. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Check
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Watch twist, watch twist.
11. Set hunt, set hunt.
On second down, it's Coleman. And an Allen to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
41 Mike. Don't get nervous. 41's coming. 41's the Mike. Check back.
I got this.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Stay with your man. Check 26. Check 26.
We hunt.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long.
Lock.
41's the Mike. I'm on. Mike 41. I'm going to wedge that up.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. With that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things. Here's a reason you're down, but overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay upward with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
11.
41's coming. 41's a Mike. So we got man.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
Hey, 41's Mike. 41's Mike. Come on. Come on, D.
11.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. Garoppolo gives Zubrita. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there, second down. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that'll set them back 5. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Samson Abukum make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Bosa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Henderson. Room past the 20. Sheds off the tackle. There he goes, left side. And finally wrestled down at the 11. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 81 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They run again with Breida. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Coleman, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Mike's 59. Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. 59's Mike, 59's Mike.
21, 21.
Coming in hot.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by David Long. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down.
Here I come again.
Again, it's Henderson.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Merlin. Hey, Foxtrot.
56. Watch the flood. Motion. Block.
Hey, 5.
Mike's 56. Come on, boy. Come on.
76. Tell him. 76. 76.
Don't be scared.
That's it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff, going for the deep ball. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
41 Mike. 41 Mike.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get it.
Gone. His throw incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Rams on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, it's Henderson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now P. Ryan. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's gone. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it here with P. Ryan. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
To throw is gone. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Wait.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, gun.
Check 59. Tackles.
Mike.
To throw is Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dante Fowler, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Mike 5'9".
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by David Long. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Cut. Like 20.
Check. Watch 54.
Listen.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
2nd and 10. At the Niners' 45-yard line.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Los Angeles, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.